You're not going to want to miss this video. Texas may not be what you thought. In this video, I'm going to share some misconceptions about Texas, and I'm going to tell you, you're not going to want to miss it. The first misconception about living in Texas is that not everybody wears a cowboy hat and cowboy boots everywhere you go. However, it is socially acceptable to wear a cowboy hat and cowboy boots in Texas. You're not an outsider if you do. If you're in downtown Dallas, you might get a couple of stares. But if you're in Fort Worth or San Antonio, it's no big deal to wear a cowboy hat, boots. And if you go to the stockyards, Fort Worth stockyards, if you don't have a cowboy hat and boots, you're just missing out. So I don't want to wear this hat the whole time, just like most of us don't wear those hats the whole time in real life. But I would say this, we do wear our boots quite frequently here in Texas. Texans love their boots. So if you move to Texas, you're gonna have to buy yourself a pair. Just put it on the budget. The second misconception about Texas is that it is always hot. So hot, always. The truth is it gets pretty cold in Texas sometimes, especially at least in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's in the winter time when I'm recording this, and I'm wearing a sweater today. The temperatures we don't dip below freezing very often here in Dallas-Fort Worth, but it does get pretty cold in December and January. And if you haven't heard, we had Snowmageddon here a couple years back. Hasn't been like that. It's not normal here in Texas. But it can snow on occasion here. So it's not always hot, although this past summer was pretty steamy. The third misconception, and this may be a surprise, but not everybody is as friendly as you thought. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely say Texas is a very friendly state, and the culture here generally is really, really good and very friendly. We've had many people from California moving to Texas saying, oh my gosh, it's a really big difference. Or from New Jersey to Texas, and they're like, whoa, Texans are definitely different. But I would have to say not everyone falls into that category. So just like anywhere you go, you're gonna have the duds. That's okay. Not everyone is super friendly, but you get my drift. The fourth misconception about Texas is that everyone is a Christian. Well, not everyone's a Christian here in Texas, although we do live in the Bible Belt, so you're going to find many, many Christians. Really, you're going to find many religions here in Texas, especially when you go into the city limits and those nearby suburbs. It's really a melting pot for all types of religion. But what I do love about Texas is that you don't have to be shy or hide that you're religious or hide that you love the Lord, okay? So I love that about Texas. You can find friends, whatever religion you are. I would say that the atheists are probably more in culture shock than Christians or religious people. So I did say it. I said it, y'all. Although we do have some atheists here, just like anywhere else, but they're definitely the minority. The fifth misconception about Texas, and guys, I'm giving you the scoop here, is that we hate Californians. I didn't say it. Guys, let me give you the truth here about California. Texans don't hate Californians. Texans don't want Texas to become California. So Texans love their Texas, and they say don't California my Texas because they don't want all the rules that you guys have in California if that's where you live. We really like our freedoms here. The majority of Texas does lean conservative, though not everyone. But it's a misconception because my two very best friends are both from California. I didn't even know they were from California when I first met them, and there's no prejudice there. I mean, I've heard people say stories, but I just think that once you're here, it's just a melting pot. Nobody knows, nobody cares. Now, online, you're going to see the trolls. And they're going to be saying all kinds of mean, ugly things because they don't want Californians moving here. Really, it's not the California, it's the policies. They don't want California policies in Texas. The sixth misconception about Texas is that there is no scenery at all. Now, when I started doing YouTube videos about 3 years ago, I hadn't got out much. And Dallas-Fort Worth was where I was at. Since then, I've been on the hunt all over Texas looking for the best cities. Let me just say, there's some beautiful scenery here. Can't say it, but hey, it's beautiful. So there's some beautiful hills in West Austin, past Dripping Springs, North San Antonio, the hill country. It's beautiful. I'd still rather live up in Dallas-Fort Worth because of the weather, but it's beautiful down there. I love to go visit. I love to visit Lake Travis, really nice area down there. The Amarillo in the Panhandle has canyons that are beautiful. There are parts of Texas that have beautiful trees. We do have the Gulf Coast down south. It's not California or Florida beaches, but it is a beach. And so we do have some scenery. It's just we have small, I would say we have hills, not mountains. Okay, so that's the scoop on Texas. Oh, but we do have a lot of lakes. And so if you love the water, there are plenty of lakes here in Texas. Okay, another misconception that I do hear, it's a real one, is, Dana, if Texas has so much land, why are the lots for my new home so small? The misconception is that because we're in Texas, we have really large lots for a home. And really the truth is it depends. I mean, builders are gonna make as much money as possible, so it just makes sense that they put brand new homes on as small lots as possible. Not every subdivision has tiny lots, but there are many subdivisions with tiny lots if you're getting a new home especially. If you want land, we do have plenty of land. You can buy a ranch, you can buy 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 acres. It's just not gonna be in the middle of the city. But there is a misconception that our lots are bigger, and it just depends where you go. The eighth misconception about Texas is, wait, I need my hat for this. We all carry these things and we want to use them. We use them. Like, Texas tends to be scary to people, but the truth is, yeah, there's a lot of people that like to go to the shooting range and things like that, but I don't know. People have so many opinions on this. I maybe should stay away from this topic. We do have easier laws to have a concealed weapon. We do have people that love to go to the range or go hunting and things like that. But I don't think everyone here is like super obsessed. Okay, let's just leave it at that. The ninth misconception about Texas is that Texans are prejudiced. And guys, we have to talk about this. Texas is just like every other place in the world, but some reason it's gotten the stigma or it's attacked or, but the truth is Texas is the second most diverse state in the United States, only second to California. So I think I'm not saying that, I mean, racism does happen like everywhere, like no matter where you go. I think that Texas just gets the heat for it, but I don't know. I talk to my friends, and I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying overall Texas is not racist, okay? And the 10th thing is that everyone is conservative in Texas, and that's not really true either. I would say the majority are conservative, but there's plenty of liberal people in Texas too. So if you're fleeing a liberal state to move to Texas for a conservative state, you are going to find the majority conservative. But you may want to stay out of the big cities or Austin, because everyone's not exactly conservative here. But definitely the suburbs and cities, just like anywhere else, you're going to get some heavy conservatives here in Texas. All right, any thoughts, questions? Put them in the comments below and I'll swing by and take a look and respond. Some of these things are opinionated, so feel free to, comment and share. Thanks so much for watching.